Hello Libra, welcome to your lunar cycle insight video for the March Pisces new moon lunar cycle. Of course, this is a very intense new moon as we have Mercury stationing retrograde the day before, the first retrograde of 2019, and we have Uranus, the storm god, changing signs just after the new moon rises. So it's an intense period of change, of release, of letting go. So this month's lunar cycle videos are going to focus mostly on these two shifts as they are setting the tone for some long-term energetic changes. So the shift of Uranus from your 7th to 8th house will be impacting you for the next 7 years, and you will feel as he shifts, the foreshadowing of the energies that will be needing to be worked with as he makes his journey through the 8th house. And with Mercury and the Pisces energies, those are setting the tone for the next 4 weeks. That's going to take us right up until the 28th of March, when Mercury will eventually station direct. He's going to leave his shadow on the 17th of April. So it's a very transformative month of release, of shifting, of breaking out of the comfort zone. The energies are quite paradoxical in many ways, as Uranus wants us to break free, to charge ahead into new ground, and Mercury retrograde is saying, okay, come within, turn within, do your inner healing work, surrender, let go, flow. So somehow we're going to have to find the balance between these two expressions of energy. So the main focus of Pisces season, of Mercury retrograde, of this new moon, is your 6th house, Libra. So this is a very interesting house to be working with for a Mercury retrograde, but because it is the house of detoxification, of cluttering, of decluttering, of purification. It's the house that is traditionally ruled over by Mercury and Virgo in astrology. So this energy of really doing this deep detoxification of the soul is extra amplified for you and will extend into your physical surroundings, Libra. So this is a really good time for you to begin to get rid of all that no longer serves on a physical level, as a symbol to the universe that you are ready to let go of the past and move forward. As I'm speaking about this, I'm thinking of that Marie Kondo on Netflix that everybody is watching and talking about, saying, if it doesn't spark joy, get rid of it. And that could be your motto for this month. As we let go of the things in our physical surroundings that are weighing us down, that are holding us back, that are, perhaps reminding us of past experiences or pains, or, just our physical surroundings aren't supportive of the person that we want to become, then we can now feel motivated even to begin this journey of cleansing. This can also take place in the physical body. Both the 6th house and Pisces are very much connected with healing. Pisces on a spiritual, emotional level, and Virgo on a practical, the 6th house on a practical, tangible, physical level. So this is the time when we can see how our emotional blockages or our, karmic entanglements, our ancestral lineage is affecting our physical well-being. So we want to work on both levels. We want to receive healing. We want to do our meditating. We want to do our journaling, but also we want to think about how we're treating our physical vessel. So we may decide to give up some addictive, self-sabotaging behaviors and patterns, which is, very much the key theme of this Mercury retrograde. It's looking at the behaviors and patterns that we have that are numbing us to our feelings. If we can't feel things, we can't heal them, we can't let them go. So we have this very kind of practical energy almost intermingling with the more spiritual energies of the retrograde for you. You have to work on both levels, Libra. The sixth house is also very much connected with work, our day-to-day structures and routines. So we might want to make changes in this area of our life as well. If we've been feeling unproductive, if we've been feeling like we just don't have enough time to do the things that we need to do, or we're aware that we're leaking time and energy, now is the time to reflect upon that. And then when Mercury goes direct, moves into Aries, later on this month, and into Aries 17th of April, we can start to put these changes into motion. But write down everything that's coming up. Really be willing to look at these core behaviors and perhaps even inner wounds that are creating disharmony in your life. The sixth house wants everything to be structured and ordered, and as I wrote in one of my recent posts, disorganization can often be a form of self-sabotage, just as addictions can. So there's a lot to think about and a lot to be working with for you during this period, Virgo. You could find that you completely transform your surroundings, your reality, your relationship to your physical body during this period. But it's a very intuitive process as well. So it's about listening to what we need, listening to what our soul is telling us is nourishing for us. The sixth house can also, and Pisces, can very much be to do with service and sacrifice as well. So we may want to be thinking about boundaries and, our underlying desire to serve. What is driving us, what is motivating us. If we are too much in our people-pleasing energies, if we're giving too much and not receiving enough, what is the underlying pattern that is creating this disbalance in our life? And this is particularly true because Mercury is going to station retrograde on the final degree of Pisces in conjunction with Chiron, who's just moved into your seventh house, into Aries. Chiron's still, very early in Aries. So when Mercury stations, he's taking a bit of Chiron energy with him for his journey, So we can be looking at our relationships a lot this month, Libra, as we also have Uranus finishing up his journey in your seventh house of relationship, where he has been for 7 years. So this could have been an intense period for a lot of Libras, because you are a sign that loves relationship. You love harmony, you love connection. You're Venus ruled. You love the social beauty, the beauty of connecting socially. You love to collaborate. Your part of your purpose in this incarnation is to learn how to create relationship, And Aries, your opposite sign, your seventh house, is much more independent, much more autonomous and uncompromising. So Uranus works in a similar way to Aries. They're both very independent, very self-sufficient kind of signs, kind of energies. So you may have been feeling this pull for the past 7 years. You might have felt a lot of disruption, a lot of chaos in your relationships as Uranus called you to be more assertive, to be more independent, to be more willing to strike out on your own, and to, really understand and know yourself and clarify what your authentic soul expression is away from relationship, you know, to know yourself apart from another person, because oftentimes, you know, Libra can be in a similar way to Pisces. They can really blend in with the people they're in relationship with, and they lose part of themselves trying to keep the relationship on an even keel, trying to keep everyone happy because of that inner desire for harmony. So Uranus has been kind of shaking this up a bit or a lot, depending on the alignments he's been making in your chart. So hopefully you have learned, you know, the value of freedom, the value of alone time, the value of knowing yourself as a individual, unique expression of source, you know, getting to know your own soul spark away from what others think or what others might want or be demanding of you. So this energy is, you know, coming to a close, and Uranus is crossing into your 8th house. And this is the house of intimacy, of soul bonding, traditionally ruled over by Scorpio and Pluto. So Uranus coming into the 8th house, you know, can really shake up your desire for intimacy, you know, your desire for sacred sexuality. Both the 8th house and Taurus are very much connected with the pleasures of the body and, of course, intimacy. Whereas Libra is the sign of relationship, of connection. Scorpio is that sign of soul bonding, of really getting to know the other person in all of their light and shadow, whereas sometimes Libra can be very much, you know, just wanting the harmony, the balance, the happiness, the kind of light on the surface. So this is a time when your relationships can break open to a deeper level, and it can be a time when you are really re-evaluating how you share your intimate energy, how you share your resources, how you share your financial wealth, your energetic wealth. So it's a huge shift for you, and it can be a moment of liberation. It can sometimes, Uranus moving into the 8th house can be a little bit like awakening the wild person within. We start to become very aware of our own needs, very aware of our own desires. We can become very interested in subjects that are taboo in normal society. You know, the 8th house likes everything that is hidden, you know. So in ancient times, the word taboo actually meant sacred. So we start to see these things inside of us that we've suppressed, and we start to feel ourselves awakening in ways that we couldn't have imagined. So this is a time of deep soul revelation, of breakthrough. So we really have to declutter to upgrade. The focus for you this month, Libra, is very much on this kind of getting your physical reality in order and the healing of relationships, because we also have the Sun coming into conjunct Chiron in your 7th house at the equinox on the 20th of March, and a full moon in your sign. So coupled with the Pisces energies, the Mercury and Pisces energies of emotional expression, Uranus, you know, coming to make you very awake, very aware of what you want in your partnerships. This can be a time when you're really, you know, working through some relationship issues. This can be a time when you're really, again, re-examining that balance between self and other. This can be a time when there is old stuff rising to be let go of, old behaviors rising that need to be shed so that you can move forward. And you may also be feeling driven to express yourself more in creative ways as well, because we have your ruler Venus moving through your 5th house this month as well, in the sign of Aquarius. So this is a really nice energy that can support some of the deeper work that we're doing this month. And she can help you really, rise above and gain a more detached and rational perspective amidst the emotional storm, the emotional turmoil. And in the 5th house, she's really saying to you, get these emotions out of you in creative ways. Do what you do best, Libra. Create beauty. Maybe you're beautifying your home. Maybe you're getting rid of what does not make you feel good when you look at it, and replacing it with something that really makes you feel welcome and nourished when you step into your home. Maybe there's a need to really cleanse your home of residual energies as well from the past. If you've been having people stay with you, or there's been some disharmony, maybe it's time to do a little bit of work, some gridding, perhaps working with some herbs for smudging during this period. So surround yourself with what makes you feel joy, with what makes you feel in alignment with your soul, with what makes you feel healthy and healed and whole. So I am going to pick a card for you to finish this reading, Libra, from the Goddess Oracle by Amy Sophia Mahashinki. I'm never sure whether I pronounced that right. But these are a beautiful, beautiful deck. So let's pick a card for you. Interesting. So we have the card here, Maya, who is the goddess of illusion. So this is perfect for this Mercury retrograde in Pisces, where things are very, very foggy. Things are very, very unclear. So this for me is a message to you to say, and I feel it's particularly to do with relationships actually, Libra, that what you see may not be the actual truth. Sometimes we can feel like we're walking through a hall of mirrors with Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So just be aware that everything is not as it seems. Don't commit to anything. Be aware when you're being offered new opportunities or connecting with new people that you may not be seeing the full picture. There may be things that are hidden that will come to the surface at a later date. So trust your intuition to know what and who is right for you. Look beneath the veil, look through the veil to see what is really there beyond the Neptunian fog. So I am sending you so much love, Libra, and wishing you a beautiful lunar cycle. If you wish to connect with me further, you can check the links below this video. Thank you for watching.